Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do sunset eyes. This is a very quick, very easy tutorial that is great for beginners who are just starting out into makeup because it really teaches you how to blend. It's very easy to do and it looks amazing. I love it. So for this tutorial, what you're going to need is you're going to need a yellow eyeshadow, an orange eyeshadow, a red eyeshadow, and those should be matte, although you can probably use shimmers as well. And then you'll need a shimmery purple eyeshadow as well. I also used a hot pink on my bottom lash line. I used a metallic gold for my inner corner and my brow bone highlight. And then I also did some eyeliner and mascara to complete the look. For these, I used the Viseart Soleil palette. I used the yellow, the gold, and the purple from this one. And then I also used the ABH Norvina Pro Volume 1. So from this one, I used the orange, the red, and the hot pink. So we're just going to start off by priming the eyes, and this is especially important when you are doing any kind of look where you want very vivid eyeshadows. This is going to make the colors pop a lot more. I'm going to start off with the yellow right here. I'm just going to pick some of that up on a fluffy brush, and I'm going to put that up into the brow bone area and then a little down almost towards the crease of the lid. And this is just a very light matte yellow. And it's really just going to be there to be nice and light and bright like a sunset. And this is such a pretty one. And it blends so well. I really love Viseart eyeshadows. They just work incredibly well. So I'm just going to take this brush and I'm going to wipe it off onto my makeup eraser to kind of take off any of that excess pigment, because I also want to use this for my orange as well. And the orange we're using is E2 right here. So we're just going to pick that up. And we're going to be applying that right below where the yellow is and a little bit into the yellow. Just buff it into there. Gosh, this is such a bright orange. I love it. I think it works really well for sunset-y things. It's just so vivid. I'm actually going to pick up a little more yellow on that brush and go over this, because the orange is a lot more pigmented than the yellow. I feel like it's overpowering it just a little too much. And then I'm going to take some of the orange down into the outer corner as well. All right, excellent. On to the red. For the red, I'm using a different brush. I'm going to be using the Sigma E25 blending brush, and it's a little tapered and asymmetrical. For the red, we are using D3 right here. A little really goes a long way with this red. And we're just going to buff that into the bottom of the orange and blend it in there. And then also do the outer corner as well. And this red is also just super pigmented. I feel like it blends really well into the orange and it just looks so good. I'm going to pick up this brush again and just blend the orange and the red together just a little bit. Blending is really the name of this game for the sunset look. You really want to make sure that all of the shadows really blend into each other well. You really want just a very seamless transition, kind of an ombre look, from red to orange to yellow. And that's really what is going to make this look pop. Now I'm going to take a stiff brush, which is this one right here, and I'm going to pick up the purple blue duochrome from the Viseart palette. And we're just going to put this all over the lid. I'm going to leave a small amount of area on the inner corner because I want to stick a gold inner corner highlight there, but the rest of it, put it over, and it's a very translucent shade, so you can even put it over the red just a little bit, just to give it a little bit more of a subtle shimmer. Like it looks red and then the light hits it and it's like, oh, it's got a little bit of a purple shimmer to it. It looks very nice. And I also love that this color has a bit of blue in it. I think it adds a lot of dimension to this look. So now I'm going to do the inner corner highlight. And for that, I'm going to use this tiny brush right here. I'm going to go into the yellow gold shade down at the bottom here. And we're just going to put that on the inner corner and then also a little bit on the brow bone. I love using a more pigmented eyeshadow for a brow bone highlight, especially if you're doing a look that's not really subtle. That's supposed to be more wow. I think it helps give it that wow factor. And I love the contrast between yellow and purple, because they are opposite colors on the color wheel. So I feel like putting them next to each other just creates this really beautiful effect that I love. And then we're just going to go in lightly onto the brow bone right there and blend it in with my finger a little bit. Just give it a really nice smooth transition. And I think that works really well, especially here since we already have yellow up there. Putting a gold on there, it just melts into the color very beautifully. So on the bottom here, I'm going to use a different color than I used on my eyes. I'm actually going to use a hot pink. We're going to be using the ABH palette again. We're going to use this pink one right here. And I'm using a very flat brush. That really allows me to get very precise placement on the lower lash line here. So we're going to go in and just line the entire lower lash line in that hot pink. And I feel like this really adds a nice, happy pop of color. I mean, not that this look is lacking in color. That just looks nice. And I think it's always interesting when you use a different color on the lower lash line than you've used anywhere else in your look. I think it adds a little bit of dimension there. It's interesting. And it's, I think, hard to tell for some people too. They're like, is that color in there somewhere? Just because everything's blended so well. I don't want to do a winged liner. I just don't think that this look really calls for it. I think if I'd done it differently, if I'd done more of like a swoop here, then adding a wing would look natural. But I think with the shape I've kind of made, I don't want to do that. And I think just because a wing is very harsh, sharp, defined lines, and the sunset is more of a gradual thing, I don't want to detract from that either. So I'm just going to tightline my eyes and then add some mascara. This is the Wonder Wand, and you can see it's just got a point there. It's not liquid, it's just a kohl eyeliner, and I'm just going to tightline both the upper and the bottom parts of my eyes. And whenever I'm doing this, I don't like to have a super sharp tip on my pencil. I actually like to have something that's a bit knobbier. So what I'll do is I'll sharpen it, and then on the back of my hand, I'll just kind of do one of those numbers to kind of take off a bit of that sharp edge. And I think that helps get me a better, more consistent finish to the tight lining. And I know there's a trend now where people are lining their bottom lash line in white. Have not tried that yet. Want to. Maybe next time. So I'm just going to curl my lashes now. No idea what eyelash curler this is. It's just the one I got years ago and kept using. And when I'm curling, I like to place this part right against my eyelid, so that I'm really curling up against the eyelid. And that seems like it's going to make too strong of a curl, but it falls out. It doesn't stay like that. So it actually makes like the perfect curl. All right, and then for mascara, as always, the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara. It's just a great drugstore classic that I love. It works so well. It's cheap. I love it. I always feel like I make such funny faces whenever I'm doing my mascara. Just because I'm trying to get my eyes and my face in like the exact right configuration. It's like I'm either making a funny mouth or I'm doing like crazy eyes. Trying to get that mascara on, you know? That is it. So that completes the look. These are my sunset eyes. What happened to us? What happened to all the love we always took for granted? Are we stranded? Is it too late? Is it too late to color feelings that have faded? Complicated. Thank you everyone for watching my video. If you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe to see more. I upload a video every week. I will see you next time. Bye.